There are few things more frustrating than when you have advice or knowledge that you know that you want other people to adapt into their own lives, yet they refuse to do so through, I guess not valuing it enough would be a good way to put it. But a great example of this for me personally is my brother has been experimenting with the carnivore diet and how to make it sustainable and keep on it long term. And I've listened to what he's been saying, but I haven't actually done it because a couple years ago the diet burned me pretty badly, and it took me a long time to have my gut recover and build back the bacteria needed to digest food normally. So I kind of just listened to what he said, but never quite put it into practice or necessarily had the motivation to put it into practice. And that is until we were in the sauna the other day, and I look over and I see how shredded he is, and I'm like, can't have this now. Can't have my brother be more shredded than I am. Devin, why don't you tell me some more about this carnivore diet and how you're doing it right now? And yeah, I mean, today I did a fast, and tomorrow I'm gonna eat steak and talk to him about how he's been doing the carnivore diet to understand it and start putting it into practice myself. And when I told him about this, he's like, "So vanity?" I'm like, "Dude, of course it's vanity. Like, why do you think people do most things in life? It's a lot of it's vanity. I mean, not to mention the fact that part of it is vanity, part of it is one of the reasons why a very lean person who is muscular appeals and has greater attractiveness is due to a symbolization. Well, their leanness can represent their healthiness and how good their body is functioning. If you have a good metabolism and your body's working optimally, you'll naturally find yourself around the 10% body fat range, the 12% body fat range. Granted, some people can go lower for competitions and bodybuilding, but when they do so, they sacrifice sleep, they sacrifice energy, they sacrifice their health. And if you listen to any of them talk about this afterwards, they tell you how awful it feels. And through extreme weight cutting and wrestling, I know for a fact how awful it feels. But my brother's just been talking about how good he's been feeling. I'm like, if I can look very shredded and also feel good, while at the same time, because the whole way he got here is through using carnivore as a means to improve his body's metabolism, which helps with healing. It helps with producing more testosterone, which helps with muscle mass. Increased metabolism also helps with increased brain function and increased energy. And all that can be seen through how athletic someone is looking and what their standing body fat percentage is. Well, it can't all be seen, but it can be somewhat understood through that as a good indicator of it. So, with that being said, I'm going to be doing the carnivore diet for the next, couple months and implementing the stuff that he talks about and the protocols that he talks about and documenting the process, how I feel, and seeing if I can actually do the carnivore diet for a period without it negatively affecting me. And I mean, granted, in the past, when I did the diet and it negatively affected me, it was because I was on the diet for a year and a half. But if there's a way to cycle between it or keep up your enzyme reserves, I'm going to try to figure that out, because you do feel amazing while on the carnivore diet, and it does wonders for boosting testosterone. I mean, last time I was on the carnivore diet, I literally went from having barely any facial hair to the beard that you've seen me with in my videos over the course of, I was like, a month or two. The beard literally just dropped down, And I was like, holy crap. So, anyways, it's just a quick update video, but peace out. So, to tie back to the beginning of the video, which I forgot to do at the end, the reason why I brought that up is the best way to share ideas or to encourage others to do something that you think is beneficial is to lead by example. And once they see the outcomes or the results that you're getting, they will then come to you in a much more receptive state and also actually put those ideas into practice. And I learned this over time, but this is one of the few examples that I can think of where it's been where I've been the one asking and beforehand ignoring some of the information. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the time you pester people and you keep talking about your ideas and or recommending they go to the gym or doing this or that or just keep talking about something, and they just tune it out and start putting up walls where you're decreasing the likelihood, even after you get good results, that they'll actually follow and do what you're recommending. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind, I mean, I think Saint Ignatius said this. I think it was, the man who saves himself saves 1,000 others. And it's kind of just the idea of leading by example and being a role model for others to follow.